4 fatigue. We'll take that. Then we'll give you crippling strikes because you're going to need that. Also, why do you have the Butcher's perk group? Nothing. I'm going to laugh about it. Alright. Obviously, you need this big fuck-off Dragon Helm. That's very good for your weight. Warhelm. Yeah, definitely my next perk is going to be the platoon, so I can actually get more numbers in here. Either case, we're going to need to look around and see where the rest of our paycheck is. True, that is fair. Ah yes, Tish. This may not end up paying out so well if we don't find any more heads to claim. Well, there's only 11 of them, so that should be fine. The armored unholds are a problem, but other than that, we should be okay. Rotate and shields up. Why did she just cook off all of her stamina? Holy shit. Keep shooting up the back line while we're kind of occupied. Just do what we can to rip and tear open that unhold. Because if they morale break, we're perfectly fine. Rotate. Nice, you actually never got stunned, so all you had to do was wait. It's funny, the drummer thinks they're spooky people, when in truth I was the spooky one. Now, there is still an Unhold who's armored to actual God, so, you know, we should probably do what we can to mess him up as quickly as we can. Just unfortunate for this guy that we have, like, 8 polearm users. I will bleed this guy, and he got very lucky. He got tapped in the head. So a division on the side will do what they can to push the enemy. They're doing what they can to keep order, but it's not going well for them. God, this one Unhold is just keeping it together. That Unhold is very dead, however. Hand puncture. Push in, push in. Yeah, that whip ain't gonna do diddly dick. I'm in enough armor to gleam like a star. This is the oh shit, you're getting run down territory. Yeah, he's gonna get away, unfortunately. Not even a war dog could hope to catch up to him at this point. So loop around and just finish the job over here. Oh, whoop, that was a turn skip. Oh well. Very reasonably, they spoke of things like not wanting to die. Unfortunately, I happen to not care. Oh, that keeps us barely profitable, and barely profitable will keep us alive. I'm thinking, though, that we gotta move. The company comes across a small boy who has climbed up a tree and gotten stuck on the edge of a branch. He's reaching for a ball that's gotten stuck on the roof of his home. There's not a parent in sight to help him. When he sees you, ask if you can help him get the ball. Seems simple enough. Koba, you're sure-footed. Give him a hand. Koba TK clears his throat and steps forward. I'll be your hero, kid. He opens his arms and the kid jumps down into them. The boy is set aside as the sellsword points a finger to the earth. Stay down here. The sure-footed mercenary easily clambers over the tree and jumps over to the roof. He picks up the ball and spins it on a finger before he pirouettes off the eave like a tornado, landing right on his toes with rather feminine grace. The boy claps excitedly and takes the toy, and even the most cynical of the men in the company are warmed by his kindness. Show off. Not as many crowns as I was hoping for, but it'll do. That essentially just paid for us to go running around recruiting for a little bit. And this is go kill a small group of bandits. Hilderic has reached level 10. Alright, we can take that. The miners are going to be a bit of a problem, but oh well. Oh, he has clarity. I didn't realize he had... Really, how the hell did I miss that he had clarity? Well, I'm getting that for his AP economy. Alright. A thug's in the mix. And some warlords, which is going to be additional elite gear, so let's get this done. Taking a lot of range fire. You are decked out like a badass. And then I just clipped your leg fairly quickly, so you just got declawed pretty fast. Patience is a virtue. And they have willingly engaged us. Our line is about to push up here in a moment. Wow, lucky guy. To be fair, Koba's not fully trained yet, so that's gonna take... that's not in his favor, but... That's some unfortunate shooting, but oh well. Also, they just broke, Fish's shield because what an asshole. The men at the back say forward! The men at the front say back! Angry Chef is surrounded. Yeah, Mr. Miner, having lost all of his armor, is gonna pull back at this point. Glaive claims another kill. That miner wants to go home. That guy's gonna get ripped apart sooner rather than later. That miner is of no threat, so I shouldn't be too concerned. But I should keep throwing arrows in that general direction to hopefully get rid of that guy. Focus on counter-sniping VIPs as hard as we can. She needs to get out of the combat line.
Hold the line.
Get that general buff up so everyone is extremely dodgy. Even a 10% increase is quite a bit in the dodge factor. Yeah, he needs backup right now. He's got no shield. And on his own, he will be torn apart. Really, he rallied. Alright. Using a sling staff, or what the hell happened there? God damn it, right. They have insane stamina regen, so they don't mind cooking off their entire load. That north is looking very loosey-goosey right now. We need backup up there as soon as possible. Really? You broke my legendary shield? Wait, who broke my shield? Well, given we're going to be fighting warlords on the regular, I'm going to guess that having a big boy shield is not going to be as painful to lose.
Hold the line!
Shit. He's gone. How dodgy are you? 49 regular? Yeah, you can still fight. Crocodile. Die pure, what the fuck? Good stuff. Congrats on second E2. Alright, bunker it all down. And that's a kill. Doesn't have the AP. Well, he did reload, shoot, reload, shoot. That's pretty... Even just, you know, ignoring the fatigue cost, that gets pretty bonkers quickly. Sniper down. Alright, we're starting to counter push here. Wow, they just all broke. And that's another preferred kill. Only one guy is holding his own. It's to the south. Needless to say, everyone is flipping shit. And Dolativo delivers a deadly headshot. You're out of ammo, and I'm not concerned about spending more ammo. Yeah, that's how they get you. That's how energy systems get you. Get you playing every day. Gonna need a tackle over here. Wow, lucky. Very lucky. Keep running them down. I want their stuff. Thankfully, having almost universal 10 AP on a lot of dudes is very much helping me keep a pace with these assholes. My murder puppo is ready to go and help the field. And there goes the entire field dying. Yeah, he's not outrunning Pupper. And Glaive just rips open that guy's jugular with his billhook. I'm cool with 1v1ing this guy. The sad fact, he thinks he can take me. Nah, Puppy's gonna help me out. I almost 1v1 him. He has hit chance 5 against me. Poor fucker. The Shatterproof Safeguard. A finely crafted heater shield made almost entirely of metal, heavy and durable yet lighter than it looks. The craftsman who made this must have been truly a master of his trade. Well, actually, it's going to be going to the people who are currently on field. Also, Satori, do you want the miner? Yes, no? Glaive is hit level 14, and we're going to give him more killing capability, more defense, and honestly, more defense. That one's slightly heavier for little bit more fatigue. Yeah, I'm not hurting that bad for it. Yes, yes he is. Hammer, Battle Forge. 1 dot melee skill, 2 dot defense, 2 dot fatigue. Also, that's a free level 3 for the rogue. We're gonna go range defense on this one and grab Backstabber. Then there you go, Satori the Miner. Lavala has leveled up. All of her stuff scales off of Resolve. We're going to go with Inscription Mastery so she can actually start doing her job. And Koba... Stop getting good levels, damn you. We are going to go with... Fortified Mind, because you're going to be building into Mind over Body. Violent Destroyer, a well-crafted and rare variant of an axe explicitly designed for fighting armored opponents. Oh yeah, no, I am aware of all the shields that broke. Trust me, I'm not happy with the amount of shield breaking that happened there. I don't have infinite amounts of... actually, I'll give you the dagger for the time being, because if you ever get into a situation where we need to use it, might as well, you know, have it ready rather than sitting in the back of the inventory. Also... Rude Diadem's Pagantree. Truly fit for a knight, this mail halberd is made from the highest quality materials and boasts precious decorations and ornaments. Jesus. Yeah, it's too heavy for him right now. Yeah, dump that out.
So Ragnar casually has 441 fucking armor now.
Because that male halberd is legendary. That is almost a full legendary set of gear. Alternatively, because he can support it right now, let's see, actually, it would be a better idea to... Yeah, that actually gives you a respectable armor score right now. Yeah, it's going to be too heavy for the end build. See, that's 10. Make 12. That works for right now. Then just checking where you would be with, say, this hammer, 58. Alright, so you actually are comfortably just starting to build up your armor score at this point. You need to figure out where this helmet goes. Because, yeah, that would be nice, but your fatigue can't handle it right now. Fuck it, Angry Chef gets angry. Or angrier. And I just realized no one in this party uses axes. Probably because they all died. In either case, that is significantly awesome war gear and money to go with it. Pay a little bit extra for the right to get nice stuff. And then we'll head to Groenberg so that we can dump off the majority of our pay. El Tacarino, I see. Alright, that sells all of that. Don't need the headscarf at this point. Okay. So my food's starting to go bad. Time to go down south and make a bunch of masterfully cured rations so that this preserves. Is there any other tents or whatnot that I could... Nope. Alright. Move along, kids. We got ourselves another destination to go before we go into the wide open blue. Guys, the Noble War ended. You need to stop. Okay. Anyway, we are going to make a metric crap ton of master cured rations. Pies maintain for a surprisingly long amount of time. Honestly, our medical supplies are very ideal, so I'm not going to buy any from around here. The peat bricks are way too much. Buy the right to get some beer. Or just insta-make beer. Yeah, that's a lot of food supplies. That is go raid a cemetery. And this is go find critters. Scrats and lindworms for 501 crowns per head up to 10. And nah. We'll march to the next town. We're going to make a transitory get money along the way approach. If I'm not mistaken, the barbette helmet is what we need to make... Oh, I can make a bone plating. I don't like bone platings too terribly much. It's just a first soak. Which is nice, but... I don't know, I'm not too enamored with it. Yep, we need a barbette helmet to get the redback helmet. So that's an expensive drop, but that'll allow us to get some gear. All we need is a hood. Also, I'll take this falcon. He's a fabulous bird boy. And there's our hood. Make some more beer. Make another dosage of pie. Then make a redback. Oh, no, not right now. Make the hood. That's gonna take time, unfortunately. Casimir the minstrel stands up and clacks their boots together. Shall I show you fools how to dance? A few of the men look up and shake their heads. Oh, come on, it's simple. Watch! The minstrel raises a leg. It goes to an angle no human's legs should before planting back to the ground. Casimir twirls, arms up high, then fans both arms as if to fly. It's actually quite beautiful, though you've never admitted to say as much to any living soul. You watch as the minstrel continues, leaning forward when suddenly rips a horrendous fart right into Ragnar's face. Casimir straightens up in an instant, as though the gas had fixed a bad bag and then sought the immediate use of it. That's all, folks. Hopefully you got the moves down pat. Casimir runs off, a particularly slighted and smelly man on his heels. The rest of the men bowl over with laughter. So he ripped ass to the second strongest man in the company. That was not his finest maneuver. Actually, if we're talking in terms of physical strength, he just ripped ass in front of the guy who wields the claymore in the group. That's bad. Go south, find the tombs in the Whispering Hills. I can get that done. The ruined tomb comes into view and is immediately reborn upon your map to the best of your illustrative abilities. Sif gave the Vala asked if that's all there is to do. You nod, but I'm still gonna raid the crap out of this place. Given we are strong enough to, you know, rip and tear. Hey, Ravi, how it going? Hold on, Hound. Aw, shit!
Thank you, Ravi!
The ever-generous Ravi strikes again. How's life going for you, my dude? Also, that's a small legion that I don't have to be worried about. They'll get here when they get here. Ooh, fallen hero in the middle. That could be interesting. Bone Puppo wanted to give us a hug. Okay, now we're starting to properly engage. Wow, he actually missed. That's, pretty bad for once. Just cleaning up an undead cemetery. Yeah, it's never gonna hit, unfortunately. Gas are basically designed for you to line break. Meow. Hi, cat. The best part about being surrounded... free arm room. I was kind of hoping that would kill, but oh well. Nice! That was a 22 hit. But yes, the band is going well. We are rapidly acquiring new resources, such as legendary weapons, and about to make a major expedition to the east. I'm like Reverse Son Goku. Actually, that was a terrible thing that I just did there. What the hell was I thinking? Well, we line broke anyway, so we're fine. That's another Holenhound kill. Yeah, it should be fine. Dog is unamused with your shit. Decapitation! Kind of wish the Zwei's had the single swing ability, but that'd make them ridiculously OP, more so than they already are, so I know why, you know, Zwei's don't have a single tap. As one would put it lightly, they are getting their shit kicked in. But that's what you get when you have an elite force that actually managed to survive the Noble War for once. Don't get me wrong, one bad turn and I lose all this veterancy, but... Oh, that's just unfortunate. Well, we're gonna spring shot Glaive ahead, because rotation shenanigans are hilarious. Red Wedding, boys. Alright, let's surround this fucker and get the job done. Before more of them start spawning again. Like that. Yeah, that's enough of a party right there that we don't need to get more people in there. Where's the last one? Oh. Done. Healthy amount of crowns. And some resale goods. Oh yeah, I forgot to equip myself with my Falcon. Anyway, Casimir is now level 8 and learns the Song of Life. Lady Rugby gets a fantastic shooting level. She also has mind over body, so actually her bias should be that. And she gains Berserk. Nah, he's just very good at motivating people to not die. That dying thing is really inconvenient. Stop that, get some help. There's our money. Let's see if it's the bulls sell well here. It sells well enough, so I'll take it. Six, 8. I can carry 93 safely. Unfortunately, not yet. And I'm currently at unit cap, so that's going to take some time, but I am still looking. Since some brigands burned down my old man's farm, I switched pitchfork for the beer mug. I hope they get what they deserve someday. Understandable. Alright. Convoy work. That's not going to keep my pockets full while I'm exploring the east. $3 contract to hunt down thieves. I'm going to take the night to heal and repair. And then we're going to trace them down in the night. Because they're bound to have some elite shooters at this point. You come across a man beside a hole in the ice. He's got a fishing pole next to him, and despite the environment, welcomes you warmly. Care to have a chat, traveler? You don't seem to be from these parts. Alright. You ask the man if the North has seen any devastating wars. Ah, we've seen this one. Actually, I do need to reassign people. The Squire is actually better at repair and salvage. So I'm actually going to put the Squire on salvage duties right now. And Fish is better as a scout. Vala is going to be, let's see, bravery, clarity, or luck. We'll get to work inscribing a luck one for right now. Alright, that should be about the right time of day. Let's go bag these bastards. A few master archers. Gee, I called that one like white on rice. The problem with the Swordmaster is I need all bullets on him, or else we're not going to kill him. Nice! That's a peg in the head. But yeah, Swordmasters have like 80 plus dodge. So all I've got to say is good fucking luck. The good thing is they're nervous about approaching, so, definitely can use that to my advantage in the moment. Oh, I did hold the line, not, fast you bastards. Yeah, now they're pushing in now that they've got a screen. If we just throw enough attacks at the Swordmaster, he's bound to go down. Problem is, I don't have any range contingent that can actually hit. Fuck it, I'd be willing to rotate just to get a point-blank shot in. Urgh. That sucks. Okay, he's dead. That's a definite upside right now. Look, shields are made to be broken. I need to know where that Hedge Knight's coming in, though. Hey, be thankful it's the shield and not your life. Alright, they're starting to come in. Unfortunately, Bloody Wenzel decided to charge the front line with no shield.
Hold the line!
Honestly, we're gonna have a harder close quarters battle at this point than anything else. Whoa! Nice. 230s, I'll take that. Bloody Wenzel is now on his ass. We're keeping that northern flank fortified, making sure they can't long flank. Bloody Wenzel is dead at this point. He got very lucky, so he's going to get a meat chopper out, probably. Yeah, you have to stay in place right there. I'm gonna see if the Vala can't do like a quick shift in and... Nice! The Vala got the kill, surprisingly. I ain't gonna down that. The range contingent is in the line. That was not maybe our best maneuver. Glaive on flank defense. Which actually hilariously works out. Our flag bearer got flipped into a position where they could be best used for defense.
Hold the line!
Flip back in the flag bearer so that they can hit over shoulders. God, we are just... This is a straight up slogfest at this point. Alright, time to flank. Ooh, that miner needs to go. As much as it sucks, I'm gonna tie him down in melee combat. I don't think the longsword he has is able to break shield. Arnulf just got slapped pretty badly, unfortunately. Nice. Managed to hit the guy behind and take out one of their rangers and bleed the guy in front of me pretty badly. That's just unfortunate. That hedge is breaking pretty quickly, though. That's a frag. And we managed a line break, meaning those master archers are no longer capable of shooting. Ow. Honestly, Koba tries to transition at this point so that we have more backup on that hedge knight. Yeah, they're all hard engaged at this point. All we need to do is just secure the kill. And that's another morale break. Wow, they're able to extricate out of combat pretty reliably. The fact that they have mobility abilities is oof-inducing, but, you know, we make do with what we got. Ow. And that's the moment he broke. All that's left is to take care of this hedge knight, who is not going to be an easy customer. Unfortunately, all our polearm users are able to just, you know, get on position. That's if puncture is used, and puncture has actually been worked around. It's now incredibly inaccurate unless the target is disabled in some way. Then it's incredibly reliable. All the hedge's stuff broke anyway, so, yeah, just armor breaks are also nice. And it's over. Jesus, warbows. Despite all this nice stuff, nothing legendary. Can't expect it every round, but I'm gonna be surprised when we fight high-tier encounters and not get, you know, fat swag. Either case, that's our paycheck. A nice handful of crowns to supplement our needs. And boosting the local economy through all of our ill-gotten goods. Honestly, that's a good price for uncut gems right now. How's the salt? Salt is also at a good price. And that's like our entire paycheck spent on trade goods. What's the noble contract? Beast hunting. Look, better that their armor breaks than they did anything, you know, remotely painful to us. Himmelsberg. No contracts. Let's see what else. More beer. A pie. Yeah, the company is going to get crunk and eat baked goods all day. And then Barbarian King. That's a very dangerous game from what I've learned. Not enough hammer boys, a lot of ways to die. And now we have access to Brawny, which significantly increases how much weight he can carry as a part of his armor. So basic male coif. And a Brigandine's armor, which immediately bulks him up. I hate how good this level is, because I need to get your initiative up by this point. But these are like rare opportunities to get stats up that you normally wouldn't be able to get up all that well, so... You have no gifted, oof. Satori has hit level 5. And now has Hammer Mastery. Anyway, what do you want me to do? Right, Warhost. No. Honestly, we have the money and we have the food. It's time for an It's now time for a quest to go find cool stuff. And I'll take some goat cheese as well. Make a profit off of these gems and salt that we just grabbed. Hi, barbarians. Getting some practice in is always lovely. Right, you... To be fair, you're not going to be, you know, doing much this fight, so... take my double kill. Let's see, Song of Life. Couldn't snipe out the drummer, unfortunately. Trying to counter snipe that drummer as best we can. And just dump all the attacks we can on that unhold. Yeah, that unhold is in for a very bad time because we're also going to beat the ever-loving shit out of it. Fun fact, it's not immune to being hit-stunned. It's trying very, very hard. It's not gonna get anywhere. And that's another unhold kill for Glaive. Though, to be honest, that is always a team effort to kill an unhold. Big, spooky fucking, you know, giant thing. Let's tying that one down in melee combat. That's a dead drummer. Yeah, of course they don't want a piece of me. I just killed their big beast. I am what one would generously call a, you know, giant slayer. On the regular. Yeah, she's gone. Wait, is that a range attack that missed and hit our own ally? What the hell? Okay, I lied. I'm gonna chill here for the night. Food as diverse as any nobleman's, or close enough anyway. That's what you've supplied for the company, and the men are supremely appreciative as they chew down. Beer, rations, spices, pies. That's always a good event to have fire off. Breakthrough training for Lady Rigby and Hilderic. And Lady Georgia. Oh good, this is actually the last stop before we're gone. And I'll bump that up to 7. Things are underpriced here, but again, I'm at a border town. I'm not exactly expecting to get the best deal for my crap. More masterfully cured rations. Apparently I had a lot of venison. The redback helmet's 2,500. I can just casually make that. And sure, I'll make a bone plating. Just so I can slap it on somebody. Yeah, Satori doesn't have a slot 5 upgrade, so, I am now equipped with a hawk. Okay, to the east. Let us see what great wonders lie out there. Geist, Notcher, Hole and Hound, Honor Guard, Ancient Priest, Auxiliaries. Nah, I'm not feeling that. No fam, not today. Tomb of the Mad King, I'm not feeling that. Dragon's Teeth. That's a lot of fallen heroes in their midst, but not much else. Then yeah, it's the end of my round. Let's see if we can't entice them closer. God, you suck. You're supposed to be a crack shot. Come on. Not that far. Caw, Adelion. They should collide with the line here real soon, and they're in. Well, there's a few more of them. Do we can to try and drop those fallen heroes or heavily damage them before they get in close. Yeah, the problem is my men are made of flesh and blood. Yours are just gonna die again and again. Only a few, and even then, not very high tier ones. My range contingent should easily be able to deal with them. The problem with Not Chairs is while they do like to take advantage of these situations, the undead have a really annoying habit of stomping on their own bodies. Or at least annoying to them.
Hold the line!
Plus, enemies can respawn, meaning that the corpses they want to eat aren't going to be eaten. And now he's directly right there in the front line, so, you know, we could just chop him up. Not Chair Legions on their own are actually scary. Not Chairs on their own, not so much. Whip, whip, whip. Yeah, needless to say, they are pretty donezo. I think that was the last one. Yep, that was the last Not Chair, so all it is at this point is just getting the win. You have spare ammunition. Oh, that's bolts. Oof, okay, no ammunition, spare ammunition for you. Only 2 respawns, which is actually quite generous, all things considered. The only unfortunate thing is that undead don't break. That just means we can have more fun stepping forward, slaughtering every last one of them. Enemies killed. An ornate tome. Some minor loot. You can still break it down at least. Anyway, Felix the Deer Hunter gets a shooting level, a health level, and a resolve level. Damn good one, too. Berserk for action economy. Honor Guards, Hole and Hound. Gladiators. I think that's a new enemy type. Honor Guard are armored to shit. I've never seen gladiators though, so I'm gonna honestly see how this fight goes. Just to see what gladiators are like. I'm gonna see if this is a shield marching nightmare again. Looks like they've got a combination of either being heavy trooper or heavy weapons. I could see that being a problem. Gladiators are packing nets. Hey, I've never fought them before.
Hold the line!
Our archers are going to be more used for breaking armor than anything else. Because thankfully their armor score sucks balls. Thankfully, they aren't fighting how they normally fight. Their strength is turning into their weakness right now. They don't have a unified shield line. That's a dead doggo. Ow. Well, they're in the line now. Looks like the strategy is that these guys are going to tackle, and then the guys in the back throw nets. Though not all of them are going to be good enough to hit us with nets, which is good. Return them to the ash of whence they came. Thankfully, I don't give a shit if my flag bearer is the one who gets tapped. Best to keep loose for right now. For exactly that purpose. Because that is a lot of nets. Ugh. Break out your own net. Unsurprisingly, the guys with the shields fight like ancient dead. Nice, 238 hits. Damn good timing on that. Shield breakers are very nice to have. But because they aren't all universal shields in this fight, we've had ourselves a very easy time of it, honestly. I'm gonna guess what the design philosophy was behind the Gladiator. Was that the army is very good at, the Ancient Dead army is very good at being a stiff line, but once they've been formation broken, the Ancient Dead are actually really easy to punish. So I'm going to guess that the Ancient Dead, the purpose of the Gladiator is to give some much-needed flexibility to their line that isn't Necro Savant, which I'm more than happy to have. Ah, yes, push me closer towards the enemy. Because how Ancient Dead kills you is that it tires you out, and then capitalizes on the fact that they don't have fatigue. Or morale. problem with piercing weapons, they don't work too well on bones. Imagine that one. The nice thing about these gladiators is that gladiators are lightly armored, so they can just eat shit. Nah, they've just been throwing nets in random locations, honestly. Wait, are they falling back? Yeah, they're actually running. The ancient dead know fear.
Aw, shit! Ravi strikes again from the dark.
Gift subs. Holy shit, Ravi, you absolute fucking mad lad. Fucking absolute mad lad. We'll let them go at this point. They've lost. Or what are they doing? Okay, it looks like they're running still. Never mind. They're in a fallback position, but I think because they can't break, they're never going to run away. So we actually do have to run them down and kill them. Well, I'll take the several free turns of fatigue I just got out of that. This is gonna get annoying. Death of the sun, fire and flame, we all You know, an idea comes to mind. Given they seem content to just have us run after them all day. God, running him down through the snow is awful. Get back here, you miserable fucks! Also, his armor's looking pretty fucked. Also, this fight has gone on far longer than it's needed to because these ancient dead just don't want to stay put. The face when I didn't know I would need to rely on a fucking warhound to catch my enemies. All I'm gonna say is you motherfucker if he just dies because we had to run and chase a goddamn undead bone boy the entire time. Well, we've done all we can south. Done. Holy shit. White pearls. Rare white pearls in various sizes. Should fetch a good price at the next city. Masterwork Rampart, a large and thick wooden shield of foreign style. It offers great protection despite its peculiar form. Marvelous Sea Raider Helm. This Nordic helm with face guard is extraordinarily crafted and is protective as it is impressive looking. War Scythe, a long pole attached to a sharp curved blade used to deliver deep sweeping strikes over some distance. Honor Guard Ancient Helms. And then grab the Kokleshes for selling. Our training boys will help heal up our wounded. Probably should have gotten a salvage going on. Whatever. We'll head south. See if we can't spot out more territory as we head to Groenberg. The Unhold Graveyard, a wide field littered with gigantic bones and skulls. Some are bleached to white, but some have fresh and still flesh attached to them. That's a legendary location. Castle of the Ancient Dead. Many ancient honor guards, not bad. Necrosavant, terrible. A few Necrosavant lords. You coy motherfuckers. You actually made deadlier Necrosavants. Anyway, Hilderek will take the reserve for the time being, given he's pretty fucked up. Well, as it turns out, we made it back to town, so we can sell the Koplesh, the fighting axes, this old rusty crap, this knife we just happen to have, the broken net. Gotcha. This isn't as selling as much as I'd like it, but oh well. Yeah, we firmly nope the fuck out of that situation. It's 4, 6, 8. The emptier our bags, the more supply we can bring back with us. Or rather, the more loot. Bring some salts with us. Also, what's the 4-dot contract for? Grainskin 4-dot. No, that's a big fat no. What's it take to make other things? To make pudding, we need fruit and wheat. Porridge requires berries, and pie requires fruit. It's almost like you can't just make meat pies or something. Anyway, I shall be a quick minute. Okay. I have returned. Ah! I am armed with much in the way of goodness. Just kind of sad there's no pie I can make, so it's gonna be more cured venison. So let's go fight us some motherfrickin' unhold, I guess. Or go check out the location. That's not okay. That's not fucking okay. That's including a white wolf in the mix and a mind controller. Oh, fuck. Great, there's also Scrat, and I don't think I have anything that can break shield. I mean, I've got the great sword, but that's not going to be enough. Well, let's see what we can't do about this situation. It isn't a loss yet, though the White Wolf and the Hexen Coven leader is real fucking fucky.
Hold the line!
Because that's multiple elites on the board. It's gonna take fucking ever to punch through. Oh, the White Wolf isn't gonna charge us. because it's playing puppy guard for the Hexen. That means I can just outrange the White Wolf all day.
Hold the line!
That was a bad idea. Okay, we don't seem to be suffering for it, though. Ow.
Hold the line!
She's doing some weird shit. Shield is broken. That's right, that's why I hate Hexen. Because they get to fucking curse mind control spam. Because that's a fun mechanic. No. Even your further shots will never outrange a Hex's ability to, if you can see her, she can see you. I don't like how we're spawning things now. Chopping wood. We have killed a Scrat. And the sapling is dead. Managed to get her with a good shot. I need to get my Archer Core in position so I can out-snipe the Hexen. Because she didn't feel like hexing last round. Anyway, this is going a bit smoother than I thought it would be. Oh my god, my own brothers will hit my own dude. Okay, that's good to know. If someone's routing, do not place your dudes next to him. Because they will kill him.
Faster, you bastards!
Thankfully, Hexen are not very aggressive. They're more than happy to just use your own guys against you. Alright, that was a good shot for effect. That is a dead Hexen. Okay, I'm gonna need to transition my shots to hit that white wolf as hard as I can. The problem is, I don't know what that crone is capable of. I've never fought a crone leader before. The problem is that the white wolf has like 1 billion hit points. Alright, she's in play now. This is in the hands of my shooters for now. Just goes to protect... Oh, wow. Well, you can't say it's not faithful. So it turns out the crone leader isn't all that tough. I only hit her for 45, and that was most of her hit points, so I guess she just has advanced spells or something.
Faster, you bastards!
Yeah, I'm more than happy to just take my time shooting the white wolf. Because that thing alone can cause TPKs. It has got way too much fucking health. Honestly, all things considered, this is a pretty easy encounter. You have no more ammo, so retreat to the back line. The problem is, I bet your sweet ass once I kill the Coven leader, hell's gonna break loose. As agonizingly slow as this is, I'm not willing to get into a fist fight with the White Wolf if I can help it. I've got plenty of ammo, so I'm gonna just let Arnolf do his thing. It has so much HP, I can't do actually any crippling strikes to it. Certainly not a heroic way of winning this fight, but I'm going to play as dirty as a Hexen is. The White Wolf is almost shot to death. That one wolf is almost fully bled out. He's not going to hit every shot. The fact he's been hitting as much as he has been pretty nice, though. Thankfully, Glaive has, like, stupid high resolve, and it keeps trying to mind control Glaive. If anything, my boy's having a chance to rest is going to be just more memey in the long run. Out of ammo. Yeah, unfortunately, she's trying to resolve check against 112. There is unfortunately no Ravi yet. I've been looking, dude. The second people wanted polearms, I could find nothing but, like, duelists. It's been ridiculous. Still, I should get my next veteran level here soon, and that will allow me to recruit 6 more. The White Wolf's almost dead and looking like a pincushion. And Glaive's just sitting there being like, "Be gone, thought!" Yeah, next round we're taking that range cleave. That's low enough. Wow, the other puppy finally bled out, too. Fucking champion. Oh, you son of a bitch! Well, no White Wolf pelt for us, despite all the ammunition we just cooked off. Witch hair, pelt, witch leader hair, which is a big prize. Long and brittle strands of glowing hair taken from a hex leader. Their hair is said to have powerful properties in creating potions and elixirs, but then again it's also said that hexen keep the genitals of their victims as pets, so information obtained from the peasantry may not be especially reliable. Ancient wood, and then Helmet Rune Sigil Clarity. It's a pretty bad one, all things considered, but I'll take the EXP gain. Lady Rugby gets good levels. Yeah, I think she's a mind over other. There's mind over body, shooting skill, health, and yep. Anyway, that opens up new options. Hexen Redback Silk Cloak. That requires a Hexen head, but increases the resolve of whoever wears it by 25%. We also need a lot more Gosmer for that shit. The Warlock's Cloak if I had a Dark Thick Tunic and Carrion, so I'm not making the Warlock's equipment anytime soon. Demonic Banshee, no. Alp Trophy Necklace is extra resolve, but I need more Hexen bits. Hexen Ichor Potion. That's disgusting. So it looks like Hexen Coven Leader's primary purpose is to make mantles of screw range damage, which is honestly good enough. What can I make out of the other item? So I got that piece of ancient wood. It's useful for something. Ancient green wood is not the same. Living tree shield. This shield is carved out of the remains of a living tree, is lighter and sturdier than those made of common wood. At a glance, it almost looks like the grotesque face is still moving. So it's basically a better kite shield. And that looks like it's all it's useful for. Let me double check. Yeah, it looks like that's all the ancient wood is good for. It's good for making shields. Hilarious that we need to break their shields to get better shields. Alright, that'll work. We gotta deal with those crushed ribs. Alright, we're good to go. And Hildebrecht got +1 melee defense. That's a very good thing to pull out of the training. So the Unhold Graveyard. The first ancient location of the day. Finger bones like fallen totems, thighs hewn free of the knees as though foresters had set upon a gloomy work, curved ribs scattered across the earth like they were under a shipwright's appraisal, and the skulls, tottering on the wedge of jawbones held up like animalistic abodes of shamans. Molars the size of shields, and any man could crawl through its eye sockets. Looking past the unhold skeletal remains, you find plenty more fanning out in a valley. The heaviest of the bones stay where their owner's breath had last ushered them, while the smallest of the sort have long since rolled into the valley ditch and settled there in a wash of white wimpled with whatever flesh and fur remains. You have no reason to believe that none other than Unholds themselves plotted their demise here. Violence is not in their shapes. They are sitting up or laying down in peaceful eternities, and indeed, Koba points out, a great giant seems to have recently laid itself to rest. It is nestled into an earthen nook with its hands wrapped over its knees and its head tilted on a shoulder. It watched the sunset and will do so for many years to come. Not that you care. You order the men to fan out and collect what they can. Some of the bones or pelts or what else they've brought could be of great use to the company. God, our crafter's gonna have too much to do. And the worst part is that no one is particularly skilled in the art. We're just getting a bunch of people to kind of bang rocks together and hope for the best. Goblin Hunters, right! I remember here. Because here, or roughly around here, should be Goblin Town. That's a lot of footsteps. The ancient statue. Well, I'll take it. A golden man the size of a castle sits atop his stone throne with such august stature that it seems even he, as inanimate as he is, should rule the land, and perhaps the world would be better for it. This non-speaking entity with such awesome presence would make a finer ruler than the lunk of skunks you constantly run into. The bulk of the statue sits upon an enormous disc made of spiraling square stones. Where they coffins, it'd take all of 2 bricks to store the Thracian Crusade whole. Alativa the Kingsguard tilts his helm up. If it ain't the biggest thing I've ever seen, I don't know what is. Arnulf the Elder smirks and makes a reach for the sellsword's crotch. I thought the woman folk said that little worm was the biggest thing to be ever seen. As the company laughs, you step forward and look up. You're not much for kneeling, but you feel the urge here. The statue staring out to the world with firm authority, and its hands are out at the sides, one upon a sword slaked into the earth, and the others supinated as though weigh justice herself. You nod the golden sheen present before you, that there's not a single scratch that of a would-be robber suggests that its austere presence still has some ethereal grip on the world. But that doesn't make any sense. Any smart man would be nicking a fair share from the statue's shins alone. A few mercenaries ask if they can have a stab at collecting some gold for themselves. There's no harm in it. The statue is so huge, perhaps it's scared off lesser scapegraces by superstition alone. You've no reason to let a good thing go, like a nearly endless pile of gold shaped into something pretty. To hell with history and artistry, you tell the men to have at it. They leap at the task with the tools available, but the second Casimir the hero makes contact, he falls limp and slumps against the statue. Another mercenary goes to help him, brushes against the enormous toe there, and collapses atop the sellsword. Just as the company begins to panic, the 2 mercenaries bolt back up to their feet and start screaming about amazing sights. Sights beyond this world, sights of the future itself. Invigorated by this, the company gladly runs themselves to the statue, the lot banging against the giant toes and falling backwards like mimes unexpectedly finding a very real wall. It's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen, but each man springs back to his feet spilling out fantastic stories. You shrug and walk up to the statue yourself, standing before the big toe with its big toenail. The men urge you forward. Sighing, you put your hand out and touch the toenail. Nothing. Nothing happens. You fist the gap between the nail and the golden flesh. You angrily put both hands to the toe as if it owes you money. Nothing. Well then, looks like you've riches to harvest. You draw your sword out. Time to strike gold. You swing your sword, but the second steel touches gold, the sheen of the world flashes over you as though you'd struck the sun itself and drew blood. The sword continues on into the darkness like a star across the night sky, and it cuts a world of its own into reality, as though you've slashed the magician's cloth off his trick, revealing a room of pillared corners and beautiful silk curtains, and the sword continues on until it slams against a spear shaft. You look down to see a man with gilded armor and red eyes holding his guard with a grimace. He slides across the tilted floor to his right and lets your momentum fall to the ground. Then he twirls the spear around his back and strikes it forward. You throw your arm up wide and close rank with the killer, catching the spear shaft between your armpit and driving forward to stab him, just beneath his pauldron, driving the sword into his heart. The man's red eyes drain to a pure white, and he goes limp and slides right off the steel. As he clatters to the ground, you quickly look around. Against the far wall stands an enormous bed with corners of marble, each statue shaped to a woman or man, each of them adorned submissively to what appears to be a rising sun. There is an elderly man in bed who is looking at you, bearded, eyes dim, weathered, familiarity in his stare. He smiles, but it quickly fades. He yells, but you don't understand the words. A shadow slides across the room, and you wheel around to see a large knight with fire in his eyes bearing down with a two-hander. Parry! You step back and flip your sword crosswise and crouch at the knees to brace for impact. The killer's two-hander slams against your sword, and just like that, the world snaps away. Still frozen in a parry, you can feel the insurance of time and space fly by your sides like a plow wind. And ungodly amounts of suffering, screaming, living and dying, and the far distance of a speck of light that fast approaches until you arrive back in your body and your sword hits the statue and swings backwards so hard it flies out of your hands, and sails through the air until stabbing into the earth with an earthen chunk. The men look to one another. You go and fetch your sword. "I think you broke it, sir," says Lady Georgia as she gets handsy with the pinky toe. You tell the rest of the men to pack their things. It's time to leave this place. Looking at the statue, you see that it is all rusted bronze now. You think to ask one of the mercenaries if it had been gold earlier, but you already know the answer to that. Instead, you stare back at the head of the statue. At the face. At the very familiar face. Lots of wolf riders and skirmishers, so they're going to be assaulting us. Nope, there is a giant hill blocking line of shot. We're actually fighting up a hill. But the good news is, yeah, it did keep the wolf riders scattered. Okay, so they have quite a few wolf riders that are just not able to bring to bear right now. Reebs! Probably wisest to hold our position. Unfortunately, wolf riders will get to do whatever the hell they want. As it turns out, cavalry is very difficult to get your hands on. Double tap the wolf out of existence. Gabi's dead. And if we hit, the key word is if we hit, Gabi's crumble. They're not exactly, you know, badass fighters.
Hold the line!
Jesus, took his head clean off there, Glaive. All I see is savage-ass murder.
Oh crap, I didn't see the sub-anniversary notification before, holy crap.
33 months. Hell yeah, Cat. Thank you kindly. That's just short of 3 years. Holy crap. I'm always eternally grateful, but holy shit, 33. Swear we should have some party at 34. Ham! Okay, we have additional fur padding. Additional fur padding is very solid. Also, Koba has leveled up. And gains polearm mastery. Beware, beware the long stick of death. So anyway, we will get rid of the dire wolf mantle and get additional fur coating for Olativo. Legionaries, Honor Guard, Priest, Hull and Hounds, and Ancient Gladiator. I'm not feeling that. A large and foul-smelling sea of tents with a warlord's tent and throne room in the middle. The largest of all. It's a home to a whole tribe until they move on to hunt somewhere else. Is Turbogash a legendary location? I don't think it is. Nah, doesn't look like it. Not a good idea, honestly. Those, Orc Elite, Behemoth, Warlord, Warriors, and Berserkers. I'm not confident in our ability to handle that. This may be feasible, though. Focus down the Berserker first. I think we'll be okay. This won't be easy, though. I mean, it's gonna be easy if we can just land 2 shots to the head rapid.
Hold the line!
My condolences, Cat. That's... Yeah, here's hoping that it stops revolting. Berserker on the line. I don't care if that was us using our armor busting opportunity. He fucking needs to go the second he's on the line. Because Berserkers will absolutely take you from 100 to 0 real fucking quick. Good hit for effect. Fuck. Do you have Zerk? You do not have... That's right, you have no form of AP economy perks, which is bad.
Hold the line!
Good hit for effect. And Olativo got hit in one.
Oh, what the fuck?
Damn. You know what? I'm gonna redo this fight. I'd rather not lose my Kingsguard to just one hit random. Call it being cheap, but, you know, screw it. And now we're having color glitch. Oh good, high ground, low ground. That just makes things a lot more interesting. If any of them run high ground, then oh boy. Yeah, I see already some of them trying to go for high ground, so what we want to do is block that off as best we can.
Hold the line!
Actually, shit, where's... Okay, there's their Berserker. Now here comes the fun part, the fucker with the giant man splitter. And I don't have anything heavy to deal with that. That's not good. I know, okay, we got the Berserker. I'm like, uh-oh. Oh, shit, nope. Thankfully, that did not happen, but the problem is I still have a giant contingent of nasty that's way over there that I can't deal with. Because I'll be honest, those are good troops, but I don't trust them to get the job done. Because that's a big, angry motherfucker.
Hold the line!
And apparently, given he's got 60s plus, to hit someone as, you know, distinguished as my Kingsguard, yeah, that's not a good position. And now he's war crying. Shield up. I still need to deal with big fuckboy. That guy is super fatigued, so I think we're gonna be okay on that front. Still really kind of annoying that I can't leverage some of my heaviest weapons, or I can't leverage everyone on it because it's not a flat field, but we're doing what we can. I don't want to kill too quickly, or else he's going to get a chance to get into the line, and that's going to be bad. Oh shit, it didn't... that's not good. And that's the problem. Now he's in. Trying to think of how we salvage this situation, because it didn't register me blocking him off, and now he's in position to do some serious shit. I think he's immune to nudgebacks too, which is also not good. Yup.
Hold the line!
Building talent takes time. And now you just became a major problem that needs to be dealt with immediately. Good God, he is capable of just breaking lines. That is what I am attempting to do. Well, they're trying to, but the problem is we're stopping them in their tracks pretty reliably. I only did it for one character because he got one shot, and, like, literally nothing else was happening that fight. Like, considering how the Force is dealing with us, it's not even all that daunting. I just got hit with a fucking super damage blaster. There we go. Big Orc Boy dead. And this is why I'm nervous about, you know, hitting bigger tribes. Just the amount of damage they can take and dish is, fuck me. And they're gone. And all we got out of that was crap. Actual crap. I mean, things we can salvage, but this was not worth it. There wasn't even any money in it. Armor sigil. I mean, the EXP is nice, yeah? No! God, no. Let's not. I cannot take a 44 fucking Orc Legion. The Curious Shipwreck. The ship was wrecked among the trees, some of which have long since started to grow through it. As far as you're aware, there's neither sea nor river for miles. Arnoff walks up and halts at the very sight. By the old gods, is that a ship? You sigh and tell the company to stay here, and you, the very observant sellsword, go take a look. I'm going to see if I can come back to this, because actually my inventory's full. Oh wait, now I have an open slot because... Okay. Let's see what secrets are inside. You step into the bowels of the ship. It's completely vacant, save for a stump with an axe head chopped into it. Arnif looks at it. There's an axe head. You nod. You say there is indeed. But the metal of it carries a veins of a sort of a golden hue. Getting closer to the stump, you can see embers flitting upward out of the wedge. Arnulf taps your shoulder and you see him pointing in the dark of the ship. Skeleton, dead one. Just faintly you can see the pale bones. As you draw near, the clothing becomes apparent and readily obvious as royal attire. There's a cracked ale horn in one hand and a molded loaf of bread in the other. His jacket is blown open and shredded by splinters. Upon closer inspection, some of the wood is embedded in his brain pan. Well, inspect the stump. Seeing how the skeleton and his beer and bread aren't going anywhere, you leave it be. The axe head, however, draws your eye again. Arnulf walks over to the stump and the glowing wedge. He tries to take it out. Finding no luck there, he steps back and kicks it further in. The trunk cracks in twain, and the sellsword suddenly flies upside down, and the axe head shoots through the roof of the boat, and you can hear it clunk and clatter down the sides outside. Debris and smoke drift lazily about. The sellsword gets up and pats himself off. What in all the hells was that? You shush him and point. A golden goose squats where the stump's base used to be. The sheen of metal glows and swirls. You've heard stories of a golden goose, but never thought there were anything beyond that. Arnold stumbles forward. Sir, what are you doing? You wave him off and pick the golden goose up. Holding it in both hands, it feels oddly warm, and it isn't exploding or melting your face. You can feel its metal rippling ever so slightly against your fingers. Might even be growing? With the treasure safely huddled beneath your elbows, you wonder why the skeleton didn't fare better. Arnulf walks up and touches the golden goose on the head, but quickly recoils. You ask if it burned him. The sellsword purses his lips. Really, sir? Was it not obvious? He sticks his finger in his mouth. You tell him to not be so snappy with his commander, or you'll throw the goose at him and see if it makes short work of him as it did the skeleton. The man shrugs. Oh, look, at the man chosen by a shiny Balbal. Put a blade beneath a wing so it can knight ye, or hells, why not put it on your head and call yourself king already? You look down at the goose. A drop of red blood runs down its length, turns gold, and drops to the ground with a tiny plink. You pick it up and bite it. The gold smushes satisfyingly in your teeth, and then you throw it to Arnulf. It does not bite him this time, and you realize you may have found the genuine golden goose from the tales. The tales tell true. And now we have access to the... Oh my god, all my fucking rations are about to... Oh, okay. Anyway, this thing compensates us 30 crowns a day. That is a Stolwern and 7 Lindworms. I'm not having that shit. It's not a terrible lot of money, but money is money no matter where it comes from. Anyway, all my food's about to rot. It's also treasure, and we like keeping our hands on treasure. Behold, I have kept this town fed for a singular day. Let's head to Stankai. They've got a bit more of a market going on. Right. Everyone hates my price. Everyone hates me down here in regards to prices. Sankai, please. Well, Sandwick. And I mean genuinely everyone hates me down here. For some reason. I can't fit any more in the company right now. That's our main issue. Porridge. Pie. And they still wage war. Cured venison. Yikes, bleh, brain. Yep. Don't worry, I'm roughly on this similar level of sleep. And not by choice. Okay, 3 units of spices. I need to salt a little bit more meat. But that will keep us back in food supply instead of, you know, dying. And the war keeps waging on. Funny fact is, we're technically noble-born, but at least we don't, you know, lie about what we're doing. And all their stuff burned down. Might need to take some contracts just to, you know, get on by. Patrol work. 182 crowns per head. Brigand work. Yeah, I'll take some basic work around the place. While visiting Weiderfeld, you are called upon a young boy who comes crying that the undead are coming to eat his family. You ask how many, and he says just one, but it's of a deadly stock. I think it's my old babysitter. She was never keen on me. Please help. If it's just one Wurdiganger, it should not be that much trouble, and you can probably handle it yourself. Lead us to your house, kid. You rush to the boy's home and rush to the door. You find the family setting up the dinner table. They look at you as though you are a madman, and one asks if they can help you. The boy starts laughing so hard he clenches his stomach and rolls around on the ground. The mother grabs him by the ear. She apologizes as she hands him off to his father for a good whipping. Sorry, Celso, we mean no trouble, but this boy, well, he does as he pleases sometimes. Can't really fault a boy for being a boy, though this one is definitely a little shit if you've ever seen one. You head back to the markets. As you peruse the merchant's goods, a little kid yells out for you. Turning, you see it's that damned kid again. He's pointing homeward once more. Sellsword, one's there! I'm serious, you do have to help! You ask why he doesn't bother one of the town guards, and he says that none trust him. Fetched him one too many lives I have. Please help, my family's gonna be slaughtered. Alright, let's go. Sighing, you tell the boy to lead the way. Surprise, surprise, you'll be made a fool of again. The boy can't stop laughing even though his father whips him a good one. The mother again apologizes and hands you a small gift bag of goods for your trouble and looking out for them. You head back to the market. That makes up for the trouble. Well, back in the market, you're already expecting the savage little liar to come by. You feign shock when he's pulling your hand. A moment comes by and you see yourself socking him right now in the jaw. Of course, that would not look good for those who know not about what's going on, so you keep yourself steady. Gee, I wonder how this will turn out. Warily, you return to the boy's home. The second you open the door to see the family enjoying a game of cards, you turn around and grab the kid by the throat and slam him against the wall. You kick the door closed so no one can see. The father gets up and tells him that's his son you're manhandling. You tell the father to give you the switch used to beat his boy. Cautiously, he does as told. This time, you punish the kid yourself, and when you're finished, he's a welted, weeping mess. You throw the switch to the crumpled kid and tell the parents to pay you for your time, informing them that a sellsword never works for free. Punitive measures had to be taken. One has to wonder what he even gets out of that. Oh ho, I'm getting this guy to run around town. It could be. I think that one's just biased towards, being a prank. I'll go see if there actually is a variant, because now you've got me curious. These are all dependent on background, which is not the thing here. Wear and tear, lead men to build. Does this count as a... Well, I'm not finding the event. Yeah, I'm not finding the event, unfortunately. Ah. Thank you kindly. Anyway, that is kind of a nasty lineup, but we should be okay. Oh, good. I wonder if that's our next crisis. Oh, that's dick. So they get to fight on a giant-ass hill. That's great. So yeah, we gotta push or else we're gonna get counter-sniped to death.
Faster, you bastards!
This is not an ideal situation at all. This job actually may end up costing me because I just parked one of my heavy troopers next to a miner. Especially since there's like a master archer just camped up there. To be fair, it's also going to be fairly easy to do Third Crisis. Not forget to mention we're gonna have like a full team. And then some. Thankfully, their Archer Corps is not doing a terribly good job, so, pushing through is not proving to be difficult. Our butts will indeed be jacked up. So other than the opening shots, which are always the most dangerous part of any range combat with the enemy, yeah, this worked out fairly well. A lot of dead men. So we just having ourselves a grand old time. Crap. You see, all this multi-elevation, why? Flip up and bonk.